riding on some grown man ish. We step into some grown man ish. Conversation on some grown man ish. Put your hands up on some grown man ish. We puffin' on some grown man ish. We sippin' on some grown man ish. We vibing on some grown man ish. We loving on some grown man ish. I know, you know, that you're down with me. You know, I know, that you're feeling me. Know that the time has passed for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here on a Tuesday night. Another Tuesday night here at Grown Man Conversations, the visual podcast. We are coming from you live coming from EQ Studios, Black-owned business in full effect. Speaking of Black-owned business, that's what we're going to be chopping it up about tonight and who we're going to be chopping it up with. It's a big show. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal.
Big dilly.
Here tonight. So you need things around you. You need things where you can be comfortable tonight. We don't need a lot of movement because you're going to miss information. We're talking about business, and you're going to need to have everything around you. So whatever's in your cup, keep it close. If you got your ashtray, if you outside for ventilation, you know what to do because we're going to be here. I am one half of the co-hosting team for this show, okay? Make no mistake about it. I go by the name of Tone X. Can I get some applause? And would you like to introduce yourself, Tone?
I would. I am the other half of this co-hosting team, and I go by the name of Black, Albany, Yolanda, and all of those.
Hand claps for Y
Chocolate Deluxe, all of it.
Thank you. Thank you for all the aliases.
You're right. You're welcome.
Tonight, we chopping it up. It's game. Game's supposed to be told. Mm-hmm. Well, it's supposed to be sold, not told. Mm-hmm. You know, but over here, you're going to get about half a G for free.
A little bit.
A whole ticket. You can get your whole ticket over here tonight. I've been rocking with this cat. Man, look, for a minute. I'm talking about when we both had high cheekbones. Mm-hmm. 6-packs, baby. That's how long I've been walking with this kid. And I'm very proud of his movement, watching him go from 0 to 100 and being consistent in what he was doing and building not just his brand, but his business, and always showing love back to the community. Always showing love to the community and family first. And I learned a lot from this cat. Learned a lot from this cat right here, man. Just sit back from the outside in. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado. Let me introduce my man, my nephew over here. Okay, I call him Big A. If you ain't got that kind of rapport, you can't do that. It's Big A representing dope Duffle. Hand claps, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Say what's up to the people, man.
It's good, love. It's good, people. Peace to the people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And on this side,
positive energy always.
Teamwork make the dream work. We family up in here.
We are.
Go ahead and introduce your co-ride, your co-D.
Yes, indeed. I got with me my guys, Rice Hats. The Rice is what we call them. The Rice.
The Rice?
The Rice.
Hand claps, ladies and gentlemen, for the Rice.
Give it up for the Rice up in here.
Grinding in the dirt, out the trunk, all that good stuff. Back and forth to Cali, stuck in Cali, all that.
Okay.
Rooftop. Yeah, so,
Maple Center.
We've been there.
Been through some things.
Okay.
And then in the back.
And the one.
Right, top flight security back here.
Top flight.
Bodyguard back here.
He keeps the books tight.
Yeah.
Make sure that the numbers is right. And make sure everything is on point. Big A ain't overspending because he likes to spend. But, that's Mr. Tito Black himself.
That's what he do.
Kyle Black.
That's what he do. Kyle Black, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the
Keeping the books.
Coming
in here with all that red on. I thought it was Whack 100. I was about to get scared. Who Big A done bought in here?
Right.
For the podcast tonight. I know. With you, that's true. You never know. Let's start from this. Why the name Dope Duffle, and how did you get to the name Dope Duffle?
Right.
Well, it's a little spin, to be honest, because if you remember, Tone, when I first dropped the brand, it was Ascend Athletics, which it still is. That's my athletic line, Ascend Athletics.
Right.
Our slogan is Rise Above. You know what I mean? So the concept of all the brands is always on some positive energy. You know, so we did the Ascend Athletics, and that came about from training. I train ball players. So, again, we started with the athletic brand first. And the concept behind the bag itself, I designed the technology is a smell-proof bag. So when I designed that bag for the kid, like the people I was training, it's smell-proof. So the sneakers, the socks, all that, stinking up the joint, whatever. The parents was loving it. However, a buddy of mine got a hand of the bag, and he used the bag. He went to Cali.
He used it for another purpose.
And you know what? Let me
spin this.
It
through
works.
So you understand. Yes.
That's
it
what I
does.
want to say.
But the dope comes from the concept. Us growing up, my era, dope is cool, dope is fly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's where the dope duffel, you know, my boys was like, yo, listen, we have two entities, we have two brands, you're going to have to come with something else because we don't want to mix the two and get people confused.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, again, we just pondered, yo, the concept is ill, it's dope, the concept is dope. That's all we kept saying, the concept is dope. So it became the dope duffel.
Eventually
we started
that
with the brand for the bags. We created the apparel and all that as an accessory to the bag. So the dope duffel it's a dope bag.
Got you. And that's why I was going to ask you, why a bag? You know, a lot of people do clothing lines or T-shirts or, you know, hats or socks. Why a duffel bag?
Well, the bag itself, the duffel, the backpack, it's more or less, like I said, it's not just a duffel, right? But the bag itself. So my whole concept being real, I got sons that's 30 years old. So, you know, they in the era of they want to be loud, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, listen, it's not always about showing what you're doing or talking about what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is these young cats get scrutinized and you know, let's be straight. They always pulling them to the side to, you know, get on them about what they smelling like, what they looking like, the whole nine yards. So I wanted to create something other than just a brand, apparel brand, something that will allow them to kind of quiet down what they're doing and be fly with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a dope duffel.
Duffel, got you.
Y'all don't know why I'm laughing. I'm a comedian. This is what I heard.
What you hear?
Now when I'm here, I'm like, so you can tote loud
Right.
and be quiet.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you can, because when I first got mine, I got the little shoulder joint, the blue one, and I was traveling. I was touring, and it works.
It works.
Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you. I didn't know about where they was going with the brand or not, but I know it works.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, it does. And they're dope.
Yeah.
I got a blue one. My son got the orange one. I got the brown leather
cognac
one.
color
The
one.
cognac, that's crazy. I got to get a duffel. And when I watched the story of Louis Vuitton, I had to watch it. And I saw what they did with the bags. And it was the same thing. Suitcases was built one way. All suitcases was the same. And he said, well, we'll build suitcases, but we'll do ours round. We won't do them square. Everything was a box. He said, we do something different with ours. And then it went from suitcases, got so much in demand. That's when he said, them handbags, everybody carry the same purse, pocketbook, handbag. Right. We're going to do ours like this after the luggage. And then it blew out the frame. And I can see the same thing with what you did, because I'm going to tell you the truth. And this is 100. I know everybody. I know you want to be in the airport with the classic brown Louis Vuitton duffel, the logo duffel. I know that's our go-to. That's what every black cat in the airport want to move with. I would take that cognac brown dope duffel over that Louis Vuitton any day. That's how nice they look.
The quality.
And the quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, everybody know Louis Vuitton. So you ain't gonna get but so much. You ain't gonna get but so much off of Louis, but
Everybody
they be like,
carry
yo,
Louis
what's
Vuitton.
that?
Everybody,
It's dope
yeah,
duffel.
they
You
really
don't
don't
know
know the history. They
Louis
just
Vuitton.
carry it because
You
they
don't
feel
know
it's a
Louis
popular
Vuitton.
brand.
You know,
Yeah.
You
And
know the brand. You don't know Louis.
Right.
The fact that
Right.
you know Big A
it's
brings you
something
that much closer
closer.
to the brand.
Right.
You
Touching
understand?
the people.
You can actually come holler at Big A. You can actually pick up the phone and Big A gonna answer that phone call. You understand? And we started out designing our bags. Our design team has grown, but like the concepts of our bags is so fly. Like we the first black. I'll just say this: we the first black owned smell-proof technology bag.
wow.
There's other competitors, but they cookie cutter bags. Just as you spoke about the Louis not wanting to be the same. Like there's other cookie cutter bags that
You could have
provide
gone.
that, right? But even more, we went through the extensive trial and error of making
research
sure
and
that
everything.
researching and making sure that bag was really the
Gonna
bag
do
you can count on.
and gonna
You gotta
do
be able to
what
count
it's
on that
supposed
bag.
to do.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
But keeping it fly.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of keeping it fly, is Dope Duffle just for men, or can women
Absolutely
be a
not.
part of the Dope Duffle team
Oh,
and
man.
crew?
If I showed you the designs that's coming,
For the ladies. So now you're doing
And then
something
she acted
geared
like I
for the
didn't bring
ladies.
nothing
Oh,
home
we've
from the
already
store.
No, you
had-
did.
She had like
You
I didn't
did.
come into the store and throw it on the bed and say, look at this fly
No,
ish from
we-
Dope
you
You
Duffle.
did, but the people out there's people who may not know. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
absolutely
This is
correct.
for the public,
Facts,
for
facts.
everyone
Nah, I
else
need to drink.
watching.
Yeah,
Who
nah.
doesn't know and think that it's
Oh.
just for men and just see
Not at
men
all.
in the studio? I want you to know, ladies, you can be a part. You can carry a dope duffel bag as well.
carry a dope duffel. We coming with dope duffel diaper bag. Like we coming
Oh,
with
so
it.
now it's moving into like a lifestyle
Yeah, it's a
bag,
lifestyle.
basically.
Yeah, we got the travel luggage. We got the trolleys.
Okay.
Totes.
Like we
Messenger
got
bags.
some fly totes.
Remember this coming out
Messenger
the trunk.
drum. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Too short.
yeah. Are you involved totally in the creative process and in the ideas and the concepts? Are you really, really hands on?
Absolutely. I started out doing all the designs.
Okay.
But then we got a team out of the Philippines that is helping out with probably 80% of our bags now. Yeah, so like we expanding, we bringing more people in. We trying to bring in the youth to bring in, dope. Everybody says dope now. Like even
Right.
the kids are saying it. So
Right.
it's like I want their input. You know what I mean? I want to know how they see it, how they portray.
So you're doing like focus groups with youth, or you have opportunities for the youth to come in and maybe intern or
right
work
now we're
with?
setting up some internship type of opportunities.
Great.
Design contests, we're doing things where you can set up. What we're doing is challenges.
Submit
right?
a design or something. Yeah.
So
That's excellent. That's about, and I like that because to me that's, pushing Black entrepreneurship to the youth and getting their minds around the concept of being a business owner or being a creator
Right.
at a young age. It reminds me of the school we went to yesterday,
I was just
Ace
going to say
Academy.
that. Ace Academy.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's dope.
academics, character, and entrepreneurship. And they have kids that are doing businesses and businesses that is making a profit, that are making money. They're 9, 10, 11 years old. One of the kids had a juice business because his father owned the school. But when you see stuff like that, you get encouraged. Just like when I heard you talk about the kids, that's exactly where my mind went. And not only there, but my nephew that's got the sneaker spot called Swift Kicks. When you go
Yes.
up inside of there, the whole store is ran by.
Youth.
Right.
The whole store is ran by kids, from sales to trades. They do custom, and the thing about it is, it's knowledge on top of knowledge. They get there. My nephew Kirk is two of them, Kenny and Kenny, and they sit there and they teach the kids the business. They understand the sneaker game. You teach them about people selling, and so when they come in, now you got somewhere. You ain't got just somewhere to go on Saturday. You got a job.
Right.
And now you're a part of a company because one kid, he do custom, this kid does that. And it was to the point when I went in there, I told my 12-year-old, I was like, look, I need to start bringing you up here like on the weekend heavy,
Right.
just so you can be around and soak this up because he got a pair of Jordans and they were some hard to find. And so he was like, I could take this sneaker and I could make money. I'm like, boy, yeah, I see these young. I don't know how to do it, but you at 12, you could start now. Yeah. And it'd be on and popping because I didn't even know the sneaker game was like that. I didn't know these kids was out here doing what they doing with these sneakers.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So I was like, oh boy.
Yeah. My grandson's 7 years old, and his conversation is, Papa, we got new merch coming. He knows the terminology of the game. You know what I'm saying? So he's learning.
Are you getting him involved in the business?
Absolutely.
Is this something that you want? Okay, gotcha.
Sketches,
Awesome.
you know.
So you're creating that generational wealth within your family and utilizing that dope Duffle legacy to do that.
Absolutely. But it began from Ascend Athletics, which is, a vision that was brought to me from God. So being real, there would be no dope Duffle without
If
Ascend.
it wasn't Ascend.
And Ascend Athletics, if you think back, ladies and gentlemen, you go back in the time machine when I had those Tonex socks. Mm-hmm. You saw the ones where I had the sister with the afro and I had the paint dripping down the side and especially the polka dot designs. Mm-hmm. That was Ascend Athletics.
It sure was.
That was my man Big A.
Yeah.
We were doing them socks, man. So
that was back at the CIAA, right? Was it that when we launched it? It was a long time ago.
At the Comedy Zone.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We sure did. We sure did.
I was back in the day. To watch,
Sublimation socks.
you go from that, right? Your transformation to now.
Yeah, the growth.
A cat can walk in Concord Mills.
Oh, of course.
And come in the dope Duffle store.
Let's talk about that.
How that feel, man.
Yeah, what the store and when did the store open? When did it?
So we opened off Tryon January 2nd, and by the way, we having our anniversary party, so I want y'all to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Doing dope, big, huge giveaways that weekend.
Okay.
So I want y'all to be a part of it. We opened up North Tryon Street first.
Yep.
In fact, we opened up Rhode Island, where I'm from. We opened up Rhode Island in November. Then we opened up North Tryon. Mm-hmm. So that opened up the door for us a little bit or whatever. And then I want to say Concord Mills fell on our lap. You know what I mean? But it was just the right time. God, listen.
Right timing.
God put it together, and I already know what it is. So I just take the fruit and I keep doing what I do. However, it was bigger than expected, right? So the store is actually 8,000 square feet. They didn't think we could fill that store. So they was just telling us, look, no matter what, we can shut it down, half of it. And me being me, I'm like, yo, I'm not shutting down nothing. He'll tell you, like,
you kept the.
I'm going to make sure I'm filling this store up. Like, and then I just got on the hook, putting the orders in, you know what I'm saying? And we finally got that store ready to go. It was supposed to launch March 24th. We ended up launching it 3 days later, March 27th. But that weekend was huge, and then it just started taking off. You know what I mean? So Concord Mills, March 27th will be our anniversary out there. So we're gonna have a big, huge party for that.
That's awesome. So look, let me ask you this, because to me, when you were explaining that story, and I know when you are an entrepreneur or own your own business, there are a lot of risks that you take.
Absolutely.
That sounds like that could have been a huge risk for you, from going to, where you were from the other store, smaller location, and then taking on a location of 8,000 square feet.
Right.
And them even asking you, do you want to take it smaller? So with your team, so as a financial, advisor, that was good. You okayed that? I mean, that was an okay thing to do. And I'm asking that because you have a lot of people out here who start businesses, and they're afraid to take those risks sometimes. They talk about it, and it may look too big to them in the beginning, and they're not sure how they're going to fulfill it. Right. They may even have people on their team who talk them out of it. Or they may have people on their team who support the vision, even if we don't see it. They believe in you, or they believe in the product, or they believe in whatever the service is, that they're willing to take that risk and that chance. So I'm only just... And one thing I like about our show is we talk about the real, tangible stuff that people can relate to. It's not always pretty. It's not always fluffy. So what was that transition like for you? Was it scary? And you taking that risk and it growing, like, what was that like?
I mean, honestly, yes and no, because the vision I had already received, and just being straight, the vision I had already received from God, I already knew it was going to go at his pace. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't questioning that. It was about, because doors open all the time. Sometimes it ain't the right door to go in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
but this was lining up. So I knew you take advantage of the opportunity or you just get swept away. You know what I'm saying? You just get lost in the mix. But for me, taking risks and chances that's just who I am. That's my life. You know what I mean? It's no different from the street. Like, you really gotta jump off the
Jump out the window sometimes. You're not going to be successful without taking risks.
Yeah, you got
Right.
to. So it didn't. Listen, I ain't had nothing to come behind this. I had a vision. I left a lucrative situation. You know what I'm saying?
So there was no backup plan. This had to work.
Nah, this got to work.
Yeah.
This got to work.
Yeah.
You know
Which
what I
is
mean?
that's the mentality for
Yeah,
most
that's-
people. They don't know it.
I was out the trunk, straight up. I was out the trunk. Flying out to Cali with nothing except a loan and $15,000 worth of product that I had to give away
Right.
at the BET Awards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to No Limit and Brian Dawson, cats that, said, look, man, your product is fly, it's dope. Come out. You know what I mean? But it was all on me to go out there. You know what I mean? So,
And look at that as an
story is
investment.
deeper than that,
yeah,
but
in
at the
your
same
brain.
time, you know what I mean? And I don't mind asking either, but the story's deep. Like,
Yeah.
for real. I have really had to come out that box and for real, the box and stand on what God told me to do.
Right.
You know what
But I
I'm
think
saying?
that's
With
important for
nothing.
you to say. Yeah. And
Nothing.
Right. I think that's important for you to say, and people should hear that because there's a lot of people right now that are in that nothing space.
Yeah.
But they are very creative and they have, concepts or ideas or things that they want to do. They may just not have the courage.
Right.
Or they may just not have,
Gotta have a vision.
yeah.
Gotta have a vision. That's one of my downfalls. I'm like a sure bet cat. My father was a hustler. So my dad go gamble $1 million and lose and come home and my mom would be like, you crazy. My dad be like, I don't even know why you talking like that because I made $1 million yesterday. I lost it tonight. I'll go back and make another $1 million tomorrow. I was a sure bet cat. I was like, I ain't going outside if it's raining. My dad be like, yo, let's go. No umbrella, nothing. But I'd be like, I ain't going outside. If I do, I need an umbrella. You know what I mean? I'll stand out there with that umbrella. But I ain't going out there. My dad be like, man, let's
go.
Let's
Ain't
go.
nobody else out there.
And when you talk about God, there's a philosophy that says God doesn't mind when you hit rock bottom because 9 times out of 10 he created the rock. So when you start putting yourself in a situation to be a business owner, an entrepreneur, the thing about life is you don't get the lesson to study it so you can avoid it. You get the bullshit first. Then you got to reflect on what happened. So next time, so that's how life works. So when you say it was some times that you went from nothing, just know you always had something. There was never a nothing for the simple fact that you constantly talk about the blueprint and the vision that God gave you. A lot of people are moving and they think God told them to move.
Right.
But they moving off of what they want to hear
Exactly.
and what they want to do. And if it don't work out like that, you can't go from God told me to move this way to, well, it didn't work out. Then God didn't tell you to move. So I think your story is one that should be shared, but also cats just need to understand the difficulty, not just with trying to get a business and make that grow, the difficulty of believing in yourself and making yourself grow. You know, so hand claps. A dope Duffle coming from the trunk to Concord Mills, ladies and gentlemen, right down there by the aquarium.
I know that's right. You have the
Okay, right
anniversary
down there
coming
by the
up.
aquarium.
Exactly, right. So at this time, we might as well go ahead on and thank our sponsors, going to our little segue, thanking our sponsors for being a part of Grown TV Network. Got to shout out being a part of Grown Men Conversations, but I got to shout out the sponsor,
time.
Grown TV Network. I'm taking my time. I got it. Grown TV Network, streaming platform where you can watch content from content creators from all around the world Also want to shout out Grown Fit.
GrownFitwear.com.
One of our sponsors as
Make
well.
sure that you go to the website, GrownFitwear.com. Ladies, we got you. Fellas, we got you. And it's about support. So, Polo, Ralph Lauren, he started putting horses on stuff. And they was like, okay. Some people was like, okay. But then Ralph was like, okay. Watch what happened with me and this horse. And now,
you see horses all over the place. It ain't started
overnight. He was not like he is now in a year or two. You see? So support the brand. Dope Duffle, you see the dope hoodies in here? Support the brands. And who else? Chocolate Drop is another sponsor that we have.
I want to shout out that drink
Wines by
sponsor.
Brian.
Wines by Brian, of course. And then that drink sponsor we have over there in the corner. Maybe you can tap everybody's cup off again.
And I'm not tapping yours off. And I also want
tap mine
I'm not tapping. You're tapped. And I'm also want to shout out Grown TV Network.
I shouted them out first.
Yeah, I'm just reiterating, baby.
Okay.
That's all. I'm just reiterating.
Okay, well, reiterated.
All right. Okay.
I like it.
Indeed.
My question is crossing genres. Now, Dope Duffle, traditionally, that's saying urban. But now we're in Concord Mills. And Concord Mills ain't saying urban.
Everybody.
So now, we got Dope Duffle, traditionally urban. We got Concord Mills, traditionally dominant society. And we got to make it work. You know my question, Big A. You've been with me all these years. Is them white folk coming in there, spending that money,
Absolutely.
and recognizing, loving the brand.
You know, the funny part is, I have to explain to us.
Right.
Oh man, that ain't gonna work. You already telling on yourself. Well, you don't even know the concept.
Right.
You don't. You know the concept, but you don't want to grasp
Right.
the concept. And I do have those other folks that come in off the muscle and say, I say that all the time. Dope, dope, dope. That's dope. That's dope. I mean, every time they come in there, they immediately know.
Make a connection with it.
Dope. I say that to my kids all the time. I say, yo, why you say dope all the time? I'm from that era. And they get it. But I have to explain it to us because they just want to be, and I hate to say negative.
Negative. They want to be negative and difficult.
It is
Difficult.
what it is.
I'm going to say difficult.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
Pardon me. I'm going to
Yeah.
say difficult. But, and so y'all know the dope is driven on positive energy.
I was going to say, yep.
And I was going to get to
It was
that.
coming to that breakdown.
Yeah.
Driven on positive energy. That's what we about. Ascend Athletics is rise above. Dope Duffle is driven on positive energy. That's it. If
Right.
it ain't about that, don't bring it around us.
And for the person who does want to take it to a negative place,
I
they
explain
should
it
be
to
able
them.
to see that you've taken a word that could have been, a word dope, that could have been looking as a negative connotation and made it something positive.
Right.
And made it not from something that is a drug, but something that makes you feel good, something that's fly, something that looks good.
Yeah.
And it's a
Because-
positive word.
Because Big A is from that era, you to me, we all from that era, then he got the OG mentality where it's like being on a corner. He can break down what it is to a young cat. A young cat can receive it, get a better understanding of it. And then Big A can even talk to cats about branding because he could be like, you don't know nothing about that swoosh. All you know is just do it. And so-and-so wear it that play for so-and-so. But you don't know. Have you took the time to go and research Nike and Phil Knight and see? No, you haven't. So that's branding. But like he said, you can't talk to Phil Knight. Louis Vuitton, well, he dead, but the sons and the daughters got it. But you would know them if they walk by you. Donna Karen could walk by you. You would know what she looked like. Okay? Ralph Lauren, you would know him from a can of paint if he
ain't trying to
came.
know you either.
Right. But this cat right here is hands-on. And I know it's like FUBU.
Come into my store, come talk to
Damon
me.
John.
I teach you about the business. My main thing is, yes, I design bags, but I'm about fabric. I know fabric. And if you want to be in the apparel industry, you need to know about your industry.
Yeah.
No matter what fabric it is. content.
Yeah.
Of-
So let's
you know what
talk
I'm saying?
about that, because you said something to me that that struck a chord when you said that you don't mind. You said, come into my store. I'll talk to you. I'll tell you. This is such a competitive business. Not only, you know, the bags, but merchandise, clothing, anything. And a lot of times people do not want to open you up to how to, quote unquote, get on. And even understanding. You know, folks want you to put, which I get, putting your time and putting your own work and your own research, but also having someone that can be a mentor, that can be a guider, that can be, you know, help you within the process, not to make maybe certain decisions that they made. That's good. You're open to doing that, because, you know, since Tony and I have started Grown Fit, we found that in this business, like you do, you gotta figure it out yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta make those mistakes, and sometimes people you think is a good deal and it's not a good situation, and, you know, folks say they help, but they may not help or whatever. So is that something that you really do? You come in and really
Absolutely.
share
I mean,
information?
first and foremost, I want to say North Tryon, Dope Duffle. I have 5 or 6 brands, local brands, that I allow to put their merchandise in that location particularly, because I know they can. Or I'm not going to say they can't. It's hard to get into a Concord Mills.
Yeah.
It's hard to start your own store. I don't care if you're on Tryon, you're on wherever.
Right.
Matter.
Period.
That rent, that overhead, that employee,
Employees,
like that
paperwork.
enough will sink most businesses.
Yeah.
But if you have a platform where you can allow other people to come in and experience and put their brand in there and hope that it gives them an avenue to sell product, that's what we're here for. We're not here to, you know, listen, in my own eyes, I corner my own market because I don't have competition. So, but if I share and teach and give the knowledge of how to really do this, that gives them opportunity. And I'm going to be real, I'm so glad about this segment, this show, this everything, because it allows us to talk about how we are to build each other up
Absolutely.
and stop. They don't do that.
Right. They don't.
They don't do that.
And stop thinking someone is going to
'cause they
step
stay
into
out.
your
So,
lane or
no,
take
no,
ladies
from
and
you,
gentlemen.
They're worried
or
about passing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you pass. If you pass me,
yeah,
throw it back.
yeah.
Pull someone up. Like,
And I
they
love
don't do that.
Yeah, and I
So,
love the
I'm
saying that
teaching.
there's more happiness in giving than there is in receiving, because I feel like when you do that, the universe sees that, and it ends up coming back tenfold. You know, it's not about, and I, like you said, a lot of times I'm sure it's in every culture and community, but we really see it in our community. As long as you're not doing as better as what somebody else is better in their head, they fine, they want to support. But the minute they think your brand, your party, your event, your business is
no
about
other.
to pop off, then all of a sudden it's like,
Let me tell you,
That ain't
it's
everybody,
Not any,
though.
it's no other.
it's not, but it happens a lot.
It's not
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not other. It's really not in other.
Nationalities and
It's
cultures,
not.
it's really
It's
in
us
our, it's
because-
us, you're right.
Because they. Let me get to the real thing. If we knew who we was,
Come on now.
they would do exactly what they're doing to keep us. The only reason why they stick together is to keep us out.
Right.
That's the only reason why they stick together. Because if we get ahead,
If we
which
get
we
in
was
sync,
ahead,
yeah,
we was already ahead.
Yeah.
But if we get ahead again,
yeah. It's over.
the game is
It's
over.
game over.
We're buying. You know, you touched on buying Louis, buying this, buying that. The more we keep buying their products, we'll
stay
keep
ahead.
them ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The more we start doing,
We wake up and
buying our own
realize-
brands.
Supporting, circulating that dollar within our black communities.
I could take that concept of letting people in Dope Duffle everywhere and start letting brands just build
And build.
show themselves. You know what I'm saying? You gotta showcase our talent because they exploiting our talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Say it again.
So again,
Yeah.
they exploiting. We should be showcasing
Right.
And
our talent.
They're gonna keep continuing to do that because
Yeah, that's a fact.
that's the blueprint. Because we are in a space, for the majority of us, we still feel that you go to a different level in how you feel about yourself, how people look at you when you got on this name brand. If you got on a Gucci belt and the belt costs $600, then you feel that in your mind you are in a different status, you accept it better. All I see is $600 on a
that you
belt.
paid for.
And I'm like,
belt.
well, you know, in my career, $600, that could be Spectrum, and there's Duke Energy.
Yeah. They ain't thinking like that.
You see what I mean? That's what I could do. But you holding your pants up with $600. Okay. And then
Really not, because they all hanging down.
right.
And they skinny too.
And then why did they get to the concept? This is how great branding is to us, and why they spend so much money with us when it comes to marketing. We are at the point where the more we spend for something, we say the better quality it is. No,
It's not true.
no,
That's totally
that's
not true.
that you just spent more for a T-shirt. You spend $200 for a V-neck T-shirt, and it's got a G on it. Now, I don't know what make that so special, but in our mind, that designer is what we attain. Cars, clothing, jewelry, it's the same thing. Now, when you start putting them little memes up, the dominant society, they be like, this is a millionaire. And you see how he look? And then you put us up, and we ain't nowhere near no millionaire. And until we get past that, and like he said, staying together, the dominant society stays on code. They will never get off code. The Trump, you saw what Trump was doing? And how many people was like, oh yeah, they will not get off code. Us, we can't, if it's wrong or it's right, we can't stand with nothing. I used to always joke about black rappers having black mafia names and black gangster names. And I was like, that's an oxymoron. Because we'll never be able to do organized crime. Because we can't organize and come together. So we couldn't even come together in crime. So you know it's hard for us to do anything in business, but that mentality is slowly dying. That mentality is slowly dying, and more of us are coming into the
I was going to
importance,
say, yeah,
especially
an
with this
awakening.
pandemic,
Yeah.
of doing for self.
Yeah.
Let me say something. Can I say something real quick?
Of course.
I be in the store daily, and I hear a lot of compliments about what we're doing from other black entrepreneurs and minority entrepreneurs. So we always try to, give that information to them to make them succeed too. So I just want everybody to know, pretty much the Dope Duffle is here for the people in the community, young entrepreneurs. I get them in there all the time to talk to us. I'm willing to give them any information, any game that they need to succeed.
Awesome.
So.
And that's rice, y'all. Y'all heard Rice say it. So the rice. Oh, the rice.
Right.
I got to put
Pay
the
attention.
in front of it.
Don't get all right. Pay attention. Dope Duffle. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Go
Are
right
you at
through
the
the
store
middle of the
too?
tape.
Yeah, I'm at the store too, Concord Mills.
Okay.
And for a young kid, I don't know how we think. Because if I went to Concord Mills and I saw Dope Duffle in there,
And black.
and I seen some black
And
cats, I'd
owning
be
it.
like, oh.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'd be like, this don't even exist.
Right.
So, because everything else I seen out here, I ain't seen this. So how y'all get out here? So y'all here? So this y'all store? Oh, y'all did somebody fronted you the store. Once you get past all that, them kids should be like, yo.
Right.
Like Dope Duffle in Concord Mills.
That's how it is,
You
though,
know,
Tom.
and that's
they
love.
flock in there just to get the information. And we give it.
That's love, man. That's love.
Can't get nowhere with your hands closed.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna. It's hard to see that.
I like to see the brands though. For me, like, so my family been in the clothing industry for a long time. But my first store I opened in 1994 with the help of my cousin or whatever. So he has 39 stores. I got my knowledge and background from that. You know what I mean? So my point to that is I just want to see other brands grow, make it,
That's
do it right.
phenomenal.
Don't do listen, if you're going to do it, go
Do
out
it
and do it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking your hang tags, your care tags,
Yeah.
your barcodes, to
Yeah.
your labels, your content. Know your content of your product.
Right.
You know what I mean? Talk to your customers about what fabric did you use, what this, what that.
Right.
Don't come with a clip out tag and throw your
Right.
label,
And-
your logo
yeah.
on something. Or whatever.
Right.
I mean, listen, everyone starts that way because I did.
But take the time.
Take
It's
the
worth
time
it.
to get the knowledge, and I'm willing to give it to you for free.
Knowledge for free.
Free.
Ladies.
Come on now, you can't get
$3.99,
that.
like Jay said. I'm trying to give you the game for $3.99.
So I was gonna say, if a person is really interested and they want to, what's the best way to?
Come to Concord Mills.
And what are the days and times and hours that you're open?
We're open. What's the hours? From 10.
It's 10.
Come on, the Rice.
I got you.
Come on, the Rice.
Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8. Friday, I'm sorry, Monday through Thursday. Yeah, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8. Friday, Saturday, 10 to 9. Sunday, 12 to 6.
There it is. And when I come into Concord Mills,
Door 6.
out of door 6.
Yeah.
Right across from Foot Locker.
Black people need
Okay,
landmarks.
right.
We
We
don't
need
like to
the
ride
landmarks.
around. Be like, wait, I'm not going way over
Right,
there
I
looking
need
for
to
them.
know
Door
where I'm
6,
going.
right across from Foot Locker.
Strategically, I position my stores next to Foot Locker.
Champs.
Oh,
Strategically, I set up.
a little strategy
We
there.
have other opportunities and other
To go to different
spots
spots in
now
the mall.
that they're coming and asking us to be a part of. So
Oh wow.
now we just strategically putting ourselves in positions.
So would you ever think about franchising out Dope Duffle? Meaning, let's say,
we
if
definitely have a rollout for that. We plan on opening up 12 stores before we do that. So
got you, Bill. I know that's right. That in-house wealth.
So we know the locations already where we're going, and then we'll roll that plan out as well.
You know, steel sharpens steel.
Facts.
So do you and the Rice, you look at cats like Kanye, and you say, oh, Yeezy did 1.7 billion.
And those shoes, I'm sorry to say,
Last
are
year.
ugly. It's horrible looking.
And, well, it's
Yeah,
fashion's
but
opinionated
it
matter.
is, but they're horrible looking.
Right, but it horribly did 1.7 billion.
Sure
And it's
did.
projected to do 20. So do you sit back and look at cats like that and just, from the outside in, and just see how they move or see what he's doing, or?
I'll be honest with you, I don't.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I don't. I focus on what Dope Duffle is doing and where I project it to be in the next 5 years, and then so forth and so on. But I feel like, and I tell them all the time, I will get that next Kanye check. I know I'll get that next Kanye check.
It's coming.
Yeah.
You've already written it in the universe.
Oh yeah. It's kind of set up that way,
That's the plan. That's the goal.
And what you might not know is I always ask that question, and it's a double-edged sword, because I'm really looking for the answer to be that. I accept your answer of, oh yeah, I watched how Kanye moved,
Right.
but I'm really looking for this answer
Right.
because of the focus. And so yeah, that's the way to move. I mean, everybody, once again, it's how confident you are in what you are doing. And then everybody now, you ain't Kanye. So you don't. Here we go. You look over here looking, and now you trying to piece it together. Now you trying to look like
I can't worry about that.
You can't do that. I mean, listen.
Day to day, my projections day to day change. But what God has for me. I can't even think about what He got for somebody else. I'm just working on my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, God had them Yeezys in Walmart.
Right.
And Yeezy had to write a cease because Walmart said, listen,
Come on now.
Walmart, for $25, Walmart say, we are third party.
Right. And
They not ours.
They were called
we let
space.
we let somebody else come in and do this. Walmart said, we
Space
got nothing to do
floaters.
that. Y'all work that out.
Some kind of
because,
crazy name.
Hey, they flying off the shelf around here.
No
I
doubt.
started to go get my son some, but then I had to say, hey, somebody gonna be like, hey, London.
Right.
They ain't even the part the Rice is gonna kill you. They're gonna be like, hey, London, ain't your daddy Tone X? That's the part, because they're gonna say, that's them Yeezys from Walmart. And I'll be like, oh, man, they done found us out, London. They found us out.
I wasn't even gonna let you buy London no shoes.
That was a joke.
I know, but I was just
Meeting,
saying.
that was a joke.
I was just saying I wasn't even gonna let that happen. Do the crickets, right?
Crickets.
You want to give me the crickets? You're a hater. That's just a hater in you.
Where you from?
No, that's
Yeah,
because of
God.
that
That's God talking.
negative
You see why
energy.
you can't put it back up?
It's the negative
You have
energy
to get
that
your
you got
energy right
going
with your
over
husband,
there.
and it'll stay up.
It's right over here, baby.
Now it's up. Now it's up.
Whipping on positive.
Dope Duffle, ladies and gentlemen. Not just bags, but you can see. I got to get one of those.
Hoodies.
Yeah, I gotta get me a hoodie. I was up in the
And I
store.
need another bag too.
When
I
they open-
gotta come to the store.
Well, when they open
Yes,
up, well, we gonna go to the store.
I need one of those.
Remember,
need a
when I
bag.
came in the store, I got my son the bag with the paint, like the paint
Big
had on
splatter.
the splatter bag. I wanted it for me. My son seen it, and it was a wrap. I'm like, okay, but it's cool. What's cool about that
I'm gonna
is
give you this exclusive.
Oh, man, see.
Ooh.
I didn't want to do it. I was
Don't
really
do
about to
that.
start bragging. but
Don't
I'm
do
leaving
that.
it alone right there. Don't do it.
Don't you be a hater. Yes, let me get that exclusive.
Just know there's something for the ladies, right?
Okay. Oh my goodness. And if I'm not one of the first ones to be walking around here with it, I love it.
I'm turning your mic down. You get
I love it. No, keep my mic up. My mic sounds nice. Check one. I love it. I love it. See, so, okay, well, what's the future for Dope Duffle then? I mean, we might see Dope Duffle up in space with the next Elon Musk little thing. You might be something
ain't
with the
messing with Elon Musk. I'ma tell
aerodynamic
you that right
bags
now.
that got the smell that you
feel
can't smell
confident to
nothing
say
through.
that the big A I know is not messing with no Elon Musk.
He
You
might be up
understand
in
me?
space with him. He don't have to directly mess with Elon.
Big A ain't going in them dark rooms.
Look,
At all.
He ain't going none of them little ceremonies. He ain't,
At all.
Big A ain't. We ain't doing.
do you think Michael Strahan went to the ceremony?
Is he going in space?
He was up
He
in
went
there with
somewhere.
him.
When old boy, when Elon Musk gave old boy, what he gave him 10 million, 100 million, whatever he gave him.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't gave me just to give it to me.
Right.
So what'd you do just to make Elon
get
Musk
give you
not
10?
Elon? It wasn't Elon. It was.
It's not Elon
It was
Musk.
Gates.
It's,
Not Gates. It was. What's the boy from Amazon? What's the boy from Amazon?
Yeah.
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
He gave him all that money.
Yeah.
The black guy from CNN.
Yeah.
And we was like, well, what'd you do to get that? Like, what program that's going to? Okay.
I didn't even know
Big
that.
A ain't doing none of that.
I told you, Lana,
It's not going down.
we not doing that little Nas X now to get that check.
Yeah.
No, we ain't.
Okay? We ain't doing that.
Violation.
I'm afraid of it anyway. Look,
It's a
my
violation.
man, Beanie Siegel, Beanie Siegel gave Kanye the name Yeezy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you know what Kanye did?
Kanye said, Kanye said, I've been owing some money. Kanye said, I got 50 million for you and 5% stake in Yeezy.
He gave.
But here go the thing. Beanie Siegel on the microphone the other night, I watched it. And they had been talking about it anyway. Beanie Siegel say, you don't owe me nothing. Watch. Hey, you know where I'm going.
Okay.
Beanie Siegel say, I don't want no 50 million. Now, he was at a show. He say, the MF called me the other day. They was like, what'd he say, Beans? What'd he say to you? Say, I got 50 million and 5% stake in Yeezy. What'd you say to him, Bean? I don't want your 50 million or your 5% stake. What you telling, Bean? Last year, you did 187 billion.
Oh.
And this year, you talking about doing 250 billion. He said, I don't want your 50 million and 5% stake. He say, but no, I don't need nothing. He say, but I want to do business with you.
Yeah.
That's the difference mentality.
Mentality,
We trying to get these young cats too. Because you know how many of them young cats ain't would have took the 50 million and the
And
5%
and felt
well,
like,
I got 50 million.
shoot.
And then you going to look up here and see what he made?
Yeah.
But he
But he going to give you that
yeah.
for giving him the name?
Yeah.
Beanie say,
You
nah.
might.
Beanie say, we do some business with you because that's gone.
He did exactly what the labels do to these dudes now. I'm gonna give you this while we making this.
This on the back end.
No, I've
Crumbs.
been in the business
Right, and then they
a
try to
long
take
time.
something like if they give you that,
Yeah.
they
That
front you
little
that
bit,
advance,
that little-
then they
Tom, I
gonna
think
take
we
more.
missing some money out there. I know several. I've been with you for 24 years, and I know several names that you have given people that are either on TV or on
I gave out over 10 names,
radio
man,
or
but
on. We
listen,
might need to get a residual. We might need to be.
Already coming.
We should be earning
Right.
a residual
Right.
from
Already
something.
right, and ain't none of them people that I gave a name to made 187 million.
That's okay. They may not have made
When they-
187
Hey, the
million.
rice, when they come and say this what we make, I'll be like, listen, you know I gave you that name, right?
right.
12 years ago, baby.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Hey man, right, we out of here. It's been a dope show tonight. We still got a couple of minutes. If you don't know, the movement is always positive energy. Dope Duffle is the brand. Big A, the rice, Big Kyle.
Yeah.
melanin movement, no fronting, no fronting, melanin movement.
Yes,
no fronting. Dope Duffle come from the era where they tell you, don't front in your future because it ain't no future in fronting.
Yeah.
So you can't get in Concord Mills fronting.
And I like it because it's that Bron energy. You know how Bron came and he took whatever
Yeah, I
he
know
was
how I
doing
do.
his idea, and then he brought his boys, his whole team. So we
I
got
know how I'm
the
doing.
Rich
I
Paul
see exactly what I'm
as
doing.
well. Oh, that's what
I
you
know
doing?
what I'm doing.
Oh,
You said
well,
Bron, didn't you?
Yeah,
Well, I know what I'm doing.
Set it up because that's what I was saying. I was seeing that Bron energy up here. We got Rich Paul over here.
Go ahead, Savannah.
Can you work with that?
Oh,
She thinks she's Savannah.
Sure can. If this, okay,
That's Rich
so
Paul?
this the one I want, and the first one was hot too. Yeah, thank you, because I need to blow that
The
back.
rich is Rich
This
Paul
the
because he
one I
look like
want.
he smashed
I
her
see them
down.
do. If I am not one of the first
See, with all of
chicks
this
to
coming
have
up,
this.
Like, this the part we don't. Okay,
What'd you say?
we got
Yeah.
you.
You say Toe?
You missed that one. Hold on, we got you, man.
I just thought that.
What you say? What you say, Tom?
Toe, what
You said you talking about that's Rich Paul. I say that's Rich Paul. I say I don't know. I think the Rice is Rich Paul.
Oh, the Rice.
Because he look like he'll smash Adele. He look like he'll do it right now. He like, shit. Hello. Yeah. Go easy on
Right,
me, Adele.
right.
Go easy on
Might
me.
not be a Del type.
What? Kyle, I can see it on Kyle. Yeah, I can see it on Kyle's
You
face.
ain't
No,
gonna smash her.
I can see it on Kyle's face. Kyle ain't no Adele. That can't be Rich Paul. That's Mouse. Mouse handled them books. That's Mouse.
That's Mouse,
That's
right.
Rich right there.
Yeah.
Got on the front row at the LA. With his feet out.
On the Oprah show too.
With his
And he
feet
was
out.
on
She
Oprah
got a
show.
Louis Vuitton.
He was
little cloak on. He got his feet out. I say, Rich, go ahead.
Yeah, he,
Let them know, Rich. Let them know about Clutch Sports. Let them know, baby.
he got in the clutch for real.
I know Savannah already talked to her. Don't come around here with that.
Yeah, don't come right here with that buffoonery.
Don't mess this up.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now y'all enjoy dinner. Savannah done got that out the way. You don't come around here messing this
Right,
up. Boo.
don't you do it.
You don't come around here. Take your Space Jams 2 DVD for your
For your
family
little boy, for
and
your
a-
little boy.
and a Nike towel, and y'all going over there in the movie room. Brian will be back in a minute. Him and Rich, they downtown. He had to shoot around. He'll be back. Adele, go sit down. Let's talk. What you drinking? You like Hennessy?
Yeah.
They got that over in London. You like Hennessy?
Oh, man, you wild.
Hey, look. And we ain't going to say this again. Now, me and Yolanda is getting ready to talk cash shit. Because that date is coming on your calendar. January 28th. That's when Braun coming to the Spectrum Center. That's the only time you can see me and Y Square at the Spectrum Center. But boy, when you see us,
Wipe your mouth.
I'll go ahead and tell you right now, do not be in our section because we are the type of LeBron cast that make whole sections mad, not rows.
Oh yeah, they gonna
Me
get
and
mad.
Yolanda will shut down a whole
They get hot at us.
section. The last time I went and he dropped that 48 on him, I had the LeBron James doll talking jump to everybody. They were so, when we stood up to leave, they clapped.
Gotta clap for him.
They clapped.
Get him out of
I
here.
said I will.
Get them
I said,
up
and I'll
out
be
of
talking
here.
about this on the radio on Monday. All of you losers. So I just wanted
run
to
with
put
the
that
Lake
out there.
Show, so don't even worry about
Come
that.
on, baby. What I tell you?
Like
Michael
the-
Jordan be the GOAT, but Bron the Billy
My
GOAT.
squad.
Come on now, Billy, Billy, Billy.
no
Mike
doubt.
can be the GOAT, but
LA
Bron the
all day,
Billy
man.
GOAT.
Hey,
Mike ain't make no billion while he was still playing. No offense, Mike. 'Cause you
You
got
anti-Lake, so you Nick
You an
fan.
anti-Lake
You a Nick
show.
fan?
Well, I know you dying tonight because Steph got the record on y'all tonight in the Garden.
I'm not a Knicks fan.
Oh,
Tom, who you run with?
I'm going with the hometown team.
Charlotte.
Hornets.
you a transplant.
You
and
like
gon-
Charlotte Hornets and he's a Jets fan. I forget. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
Jets.
not Panthers.
You like Charlotte Hornets and the
Well,
Jets?
Melo gave them some excitement this year, though. Them young boys is all right. They're going to win the whole thing, but they all right.
Don't be upset if the Hornets win.
I mean, I like watching Charlotte.
Yeah.
I like watching.
Yeah, I like watching.
I like watching. I watch Charlotte if Bron ain't playing.
Straddle the fence if they lose. Well, I like Charlotte anyway.
Oh, no. Oh, you hear me on the radio.
Yeah, that's how we are about
You
Bron.
know me on the radio. It's 3 things I say every
Yeah.
week. we will accept no Tevin Campbell, Michael Jackson,
Or LeBron
and LeBron
James.
James slander on this show. You want to get hung up on? Do you want to get hung up on? And you want your friends to hear? Call them up here and say something slick about one of them three.
Right.
And watch I play it back. A-Tone, what your man gonna be doing? Click it.
He ain't winning no tickets.
We ain't- Who? Can't call him and say nothing about Bron. I ain't listen to it.
Just when they win, I just want you to say, Charlotte Hornets, I love you.
I sure love the Hornets. She'll tell you.
So what up? When we gonna do a live podcast from the store? Because
I love it.
You know we set up to.
You know the podcast still on. Y'all
Let's
ain't
do
got
it.
lounge
Yeah,
in the
we
store.
What y'all think this is? Drink
So we have
champs?
a lounge in the
It is.
store.
I love it.
Come on, Chance, let's get to it.
What y'all think this
love
is?
it.
Drink
Get
champs?
to it.
Yes, I love
I'm
it. Let's
giving
do
the
it.
invite.
Anniversary
We
will be
put a
a
little
great
more in
time.
there, baby, since
I'm
we're
giving the
sharing.
invite. Come
Okay,
out.
go ahead and
Do
do
it at
that.
the store.
Big A
Yes.
is giving you an invitation.
And I'm
Let's
taking
hear
the
what Big A is
invitation.
saying.
I'm taking the invitation. We'll do that. Look, we're gonna make that happen. January
Get your bag
2022.
at the same time.
Woo! I love it. Yes,
I got
The
some.
whole lounge in
I
there.
can tell you what I want.
I got
that
listen.
would be hot. And so the grand opening again is
No, we grand opening already.
I mean, the
had.
anniversary.
is
the second.
January 2nd for North Tryon.
We might
March
need
27th for Concord Mills.
We might need to
Let's put it together.
I got you.
be there January 4th then. Or well, the second is on a Sunday.
Oh, second.
The second's on
I
a
didn't know that. I don't.
Yeah, the second is on a Sunday. So the third, the fourth will be a Tuesday. Because that's our podcast night.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So that way
You
we
on drink
keep it on a
champs?
Tuesday. Yeah, Bobby, but this is what happens. You know what I mean? So anyone watching, this is how you network. This is how you make business happen. This is how
listen,
you make things come
Your
to fruition.
network, your
Is your
network
net
is your net worth. And
yeah.
I know when people started talking about drink champs and the concept,
It's a Tuesday.
it didn't fly at
So
first.
our live start the new year off.
Okay.
Now Puffy
Man conversation.
did it,
January 2nd,
and
anniversary.
it started looking.
Right.
4:30. No, I'm gonna plug it.
Yeah, and then have the live, you know what I mean?
4:30 North
The
Tryon.
live pop-up gourmet conversations there. That would be awesome.
Oh.
And then that way you got enough room, even if there's some people who want to come in the store and kind of see it live and be
People
a
been
part
doing
of that
that concept for
interaction.
years too.
I like that.
And so
Let's
Turn
do
it
it.
into a little drink champs.
Let's do it. We're going to talk to our producer and make
I
that
never thought a
happen.
show like that would go.
we close at 8, so right at 9 we can do it.
That'd
Even though
be
you do
perfect.
that, I never thought a
Perfect.
show like that would move. Even though that's all we do anyway.
What? Drink champs? Oh yeah.
But when I started seeing it, I was like, okay, so we gonna have a bunch of liquor, and they smoking, and they gonna be talking to cats.
We got the smoke champs.
I said, this ain't. At first, I was like, oh, I don't know. Like I was like, this is gonna be reckless, is what it's gonna be. And they started getting cats on there, and then you saw how cat, because it's what we do anyway. So
It's the
ain't-
vibe
it ain't
and the
nobody
energy.
doing nothing extra
yeah.
about what we do. We just on
Yeah.
the camera.
Yeah.
And then they started to. I said, oh, this
Yeah.
gonna have boy when he did that.
And then
Kanye.
what happened
got
is they
Kanye
get
on
to
there.
drinking, they
Oh,
get
it's over now.
comfortable.
Oh, you pop
Oh, it's over now.
And they
His
start
numbers.
saying stuff.
Did it?
They
Okay,
start
cut
talking.
it check. It's a wrap. When he got Kanye on that #1 interviewed a podcast show this year, them numbers that Kanye do. If you ain't had Kanye on your podcast, you can't mess with Drink Champs this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know where you gonna get him on your podcast. So when he got on, and they were so long, they did a part 2. They got a part 2 of the editing.
Yeah, sure do.
It's
Yeah.
over. It's over. But Diddy the one that did you see Diddy interview when Fabulous and
Oh,
Fabulous and Jadakiss was looking at Diddy like this.
like he took it over the edge. Like, Diddy, you doing a little
Diddy,
too much?
Diddy started
You know he
drinking.
get the
and
drinking, that's
you
the
know how
rock.
Diddy started
Everything
drinking.
come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
get
wow.
Touching.
You get
Touchy
touchy-feely.
feely.
And then the stories come.
You grown men.
Then the stories come.
Right.
And Jadakiss and Fab was like,
All right. You telling secrets.
like Jada Fabulous. Like,
Without
don't put
talking.
Fabulous at that.
Without
Don't
talking.
put it
Without
in
saying a
that.
word, but you telling it
Hey,
all.
Big A. Fabulous over there looking like, don't put me in that one.
Right.
Don't add me.
I wasn't. I didn't go to that
Yeah,
one.
I heard-
I missed that one. I wasn't.
They
there.
said Diddy said told Fab, I ain't party with you yet.
That's
Is
why
that true?
Fabulous was sitting over there like,
Looking like,
what you getting
so
ready
we
to
got a
talk? Because
party.
that party mean different.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Like, what's the party? Like, Puff,
Right.
don't start that. That's the look. Don't start
Nah, he
that.
said I hung out with you. That's what he said.
Right. And
But I ain't
But
party
but
with
I ain't party with
but
you.
Puff kept
you. know, party
pushing.
mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Fab like, man, pour something, smoke something or something. Cut his mic off or
Right.
something. What? Talk about breathe. Talk about the mixtape or something.
Right.
So let me ask y'all this since we just talking.
And before we wrap it
That
up.
versus battle. And I'm going back. No, I'm going back to Dipset and the locks.
Facts.
Were you like, I was throwing stuff, and Yolanda was like, what is going on out there? She came out the bedroom like, what is it? Because when he did that freestyle for the mixtape, I was out there kicking tables over. I said, this is crazy. Did y'all peep that and get that kind of energy? Because we grown. Now, we even supposed to be acting
it's
like
our
that.
era.
Yeah.
Man,
See, we get a pass.
He was in the store.
Ain't no pass.
He was
That's
in
what
the
hip hop
store a
is,
month
though.
before
Yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah,
supposed
he
to make
was
you
He
do
was in the
that.
store a month before that. I knew he was gonna crush him. I knew he was gonna.
Oh, that's
go for
right.
the
He
neck.
did come out to
Dope
the
Duffle.
store, the Dope Duffle store.
And shout out to your boys, too.
Let me plug real quick.
All the smoke. Matt Jones.
Matt
Barnes,
Barnes.
Matt,
Steve
I'm sorry,
Jackson.
Matt
Steve
Barnes.
Jackson.
Stack. Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to them as well. Matt said definitely Matt. Matt is a real cat, like for real dude. Brought the concept to him. He took the concept to Showtime. His people, they liked it. They approved it, and he immediately did his part. I did my part, and the bag got released. So
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's
On the
crazy.
Concord
that they
Mills
do
to get
that
your
anyway,
set.
too.
Right.
That all the smoke is crazy, and it's crazy that it's on Showtime, like that format too. But you see, I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm on it.
Mike
You can say
Bivens
what
too.
you
I
wanna
gotta
say.
shout out Mike Bivens because he.
Oh yeah, you
He
told me about
jumped
that.
out with me before anybody.
Oh, wow.
DVD.
Rich.
Awesome.
Sporty
Yeah.
Rich and Dope Duffle.
Oh,
Jumped out with me
awesome.
before anybody.
Our
I did
conversation
the
is
50th
special, man.
anniversary BET bags.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome.
Our conversation is different.
It is.
Our conversation is special,
It's real.
whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah.
And so you can, when you tune in, it ain't just talking. It's, I always say information is the new
vibe.
currency, and energy is everything. And that's what it is, man. If you can find people to genuinely push you to be better and want you to be better without
Right.
any kind of ulterior motives, you winning. They're rare, but when you find them, you hold on to them. You connect with them. You constantly network with them because it's so hard to find. Because everybody thinks if I give you something, you'll take that and go past me. But isn't that how evolution is? Don't everything
Aren't we
get
supposed
better?
to
Well,
do
we still
that?
supposed to be
Right.
on the landline with the phone, dragging the cord. Now we got these. Like, it's supposed to progress. So the teacher is always supposed to teach the student, so the student be better than the teacher. You
No doubt.
don't try to keep the student.
Better do a
Under
hand
you.
clap with that one.
Our kids will be better than us.
It's the same in business too. If we
We're
could
not
just
like
understand
that with
that,
one
man.
another. You know what I mean?
And understand that black people can do quality merchandise too. I don't know why some of us still think that the white man's ice is colder. When we can do the same. Some of y'all need to take a trip over to the House of Africa. Let Pap show you them damn chairs and couches that we made with rhino tusks over there, and that leather. And you can just get a concept. Like, we made all this.
Yeah.
So ain't all this you saying, none of this is new. We did all this.
Yeah.
So what makes you think we're not great enough
To
do it
now,
again
and to
means
duplicate it.
something?
Yeah.
Like, we are not the knockoff. We are not the knockoff.
Right.
The dominant society is the knockoff. We are not the knockoff. You know why? Because if you take your ass to Office Max and you ask for 300 copies, it's going to be 301 pieces of paper in that box because they're going to put the original on the top. This is the original. Black women, you the original. This is the original. We on the top. Everybody else is the carbon copy, but you make the copy sometime with the technology you got, filters and laser print and color graphics. You make the copy look like the original. The original be like, oh.
Right. A question
Okay,
in
then.
themselves.
Ain't no okay
Right.
then.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ain't no okay then. That's counterfeit, like my boy say.
Counterfeit.
That's counterfeit.
Right.
He's fake.
He's official here. It's counterfeit.
Official.
I mean, I've enjoyed this. Man.
I have too.
I've enjoyed it. I'm glad we ain't have another one.
Yeah.
We had another one. This show was 2 hours.
I was gonna say
LeBron ain't playing tonight either.
Right.
2 hours.
2 hour show. Right.
LeBron was playing. I'd have been like, all right then. Thank y'all for coming.
I'm like
Right.
Kanye. I need a part 2. That's all
Yeah.
I know. I need a
two.
part
Well,
2.
look,
You said
right.
something I
I
wanted to
feel
heard
like
that, right?
I feel like we've already
The part 2
created
should
the
be
part 2.
the part 2 should be coming out the store.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I think I was
we
gonna
already
say. I
done
think
good.
we've already seen about it.
To your point, though,
We're in
Tony,
the
to your
store.
point real quick.
So that's
You gotta
awesome.
understand too. Respect our own businesses too. Cause a lot of people come. I don't go front. A lot of people come to the store. Why y'all charge that much? Or can I get this for that? We're not in the trunk. We have bills. So respect us like you respect Foot Locker.
Right.
Ain't
price is the price.
nobody
Right.
going-
You don't go
ain't
on Foot
nobody-
Locker
and this
asking
ain't
for a
this ain't Fat
discount.
Joe. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
The
We all
price is the
understand
price.
that. That's
Yeah.
talking about your worth and your value. We get that. But get this too. Y'all don't even go in Popeyes and ask for an extra biscuit. Okay,
And they killing you with that grease.
Y'all won't even go in Popeyes.
And they killing
And
you
I-
with that grease.
And I'm not talking about your friend or your girl. I'm talking about you ain't going up to the dominant white society behind that register and say, "Hey, like, y'all can't do another biscuit." You ain't even thinking that. You ain't thinking that. But you come up in the store or you come up in the black business and you'll be like, "Let me see what I can get for a bargain." When the last time you went to Macy's and got up on the counter and say, "Look, this hill figure say it's already 20% off. Can you get?" Man, I know you can do another 10.
Boy.
You don't even fix your face because you think you got a deal because it's Tommy Hilfiger. Same mentality, people. Same mentality. We do.
It's dope duffel,
great
baby.
work.
Right.
It's dope.
My
duffel.
price ain't your budget. I'm
It's
sorry.
dope.
I
Everybody
always
can't
go
You
with
afford
might
it.
have to steal that one. I might have
Everybody
to
can't
coin
afford
that
it.
one from you. Steal that one from
811
you.
Concord Mills Parkway.
That's a
811 Concourse Mill Parkway. And I'll tell
Right
you
across
this,
from Foot Locker, door 6.
people
Suite
pay
number
for
635.
door 6 across from Foot Locker, suite number 635.
35.
People pay for what they want.
They do.
There's somebody right now paying the trainer $100 a week. There's somebody paying the trainer $100 an hour. It's all about what you see
And the mindset
is
mentality.
valuable.
No doubt.
You see what I mean? It's what you see is valuable. Some people think a Benz can't compete with a Buick. Because your daddy drove Buicks all your life, so that's what you. It's what you see. What's valuable to you. Family ain't valuable to some people. It's
Right.
all about perception.
Right.
So if you can go in dope duffel with the perception of, oh, I'm getting ready to go up here and get me a dope quality bag, then you good. Once you go up in there and you start comparative shopping, hey, this look like a, oh man, they charging this for that. You know you can go. You're already behind.
Right. Right. And
You're
you're not the
already behind that.
customer
I got-
that they're looking for.
Right, and that's not, you don't fit the demo.
Price ain't your budget.
Right.
We
Right.
got people come from South Charlotte just to shop with us, bro.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
That's a
thing.
beautiful thing.
And they don't ask for a discount. They don't ask for nothing. They just like our
Well,
product.
they not. They're not.
I'm just saying what the
You know what I
difference
mean?
is.
Yeah, they come
not.
in and
We-
They
support
spent their
it.
gas money, got to us, and spent the real price. You go come around the corner on a discount.
We
Right.
think the discount is the hookup. The hookup is the quality of the merchandise that you're buying and it's black owned.
Right.
Because for so long, traditionally, they like to put a gray cloud over us like the Addams family and say the product, the merchandise is cheap, the service is bad, whatever. The spot is janky. The sign is homemade, whatever. So it's always something to knock off, you see? But when you see what we're doing and you understand quality merchandise, and that's something else too that we said. Everybody, he told you about fabric, but everybody don't understand. Somebody think that $500 belt is better than the $50 belt at the leather place.
Right. Or the $30
Okay?
belt or
when
$20
we know leather
belt.
gonna last till you die.
Right. It keep
You
your
can
pants
switch out
up.
buckles. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And all of it is to keep your pants up.
That's it.
So you can't have Rolls Royce taste with a Volkswagen
Budget.
pocketbook.
Right.
It ain't gonna work. So as soon as we come into that, man, and understand that, because it's still the branding and the marketing. Well, while we still among marketer companies, they look at us as the only consumer that will buy something new, not because we need it,
But because we
but
want
because
it.
we want it. You got an iPhone 10. Well, the 11 come out next week. Oh, Tone, you know I'm getting ready to get that 11. You got a 10. Yeah, but that 11 do so. Just so you
text,
can
what
say
need?
you got the iPhone 11. And you said talking text. Social media is a big part too of our perception.
Yeah.
If everybody looks so damn good on social media and all them filters, and everybody doing good,
Yeah.
and everybody driving good, and everybody wearing good, and everybody jewelry good, everybody home's good, ain't no struggle. Excuse me, family, on social media.
Yeah.
So we walk around with the social media mindset, like, yeah, you know, well, I'm supposed to pay $5,000 for a duffel bag, okay, from a company that just last year came out with a hoodie with a monkey on it.
Right.
But you
Right.
still going. drop. And once you do that, what's the payoff?
Right.
Your $5,000 for a bag, but what's the payoff though? So a couple of people can come by and be like, "You got that? That's that new Louis. That's the payoff." I'll take your payoff for $5,000. I'll keep that just for the payoff for somebody to walk by me and be like, "Man, Tone's kids well, man." Or Yolanda and Tone
Keep
still
that
together.
$5,000. Dope Duffle get $5,000 worth of gain.
Still
Take
together.
that $5,000 for Dope Duffle and
Yo, listen,
About
support
to mess
all
up
your
all
local
For sure.
brands. You hear me?
Definitely.
Listen, real stuff. Support all your local brands. Support all black businesses. Keep our money within. I can show you how it'll change the whole perspective of life. I'm telling you. I'm not only a business builder. I build life in the individuals.
And legacies.
All that. Legacy.
Yeah.
How they can
Listen.
follow us.
I was
Yo.
gonna say yeah. So what last minute words? Let them know where they can follow. and-
IG at Dope Duffle. Facebook at Dope Duffle. Website, dopeduffle.com. Everything is Dope Duffle. Everything is
And
dope.
what's the
Everything is
address?
fly. Listen, North Tryon, 5430, Suite 11, North Tryon Street. Concord Mills, 8111 Concord Mills Boulevard.
play that number.
Suite 635.
8111.
Across from Foot Locker, entrance 6. All right, and if you even up top in Rhode Island, come see me. 31 Broadway, come
You
see
better
me.
do it.
boy,
You better
boy,
tell them.
listen.
And got 12 new locations opening up in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
And y'all come see me because me and Big A are collaborating.
Yes, the collab is
We
coming
collaborating
soon.
on
Coming soon.
some men boxer briefs. They're called Endowment. So when they come out, you make sure you.
Right here, crazy, man.
You are so extra.
They call it Endowment, baby. Okay? They got the big pouch. All right? We coming out with the Capri Sun with the pouch, baby. All right? 'Cause some of us need that pouch. So here we go. Me and Dog. And you can't smell it. It's smell-proof boxer brief. Boy, this technology gonna
listen,
kill.
women, we might not want no smell proof because when you pull them down, if you ain't did nothing to get rid of that smell, then it's still not gonna go down. So
Well, you messing
don't
up
make
the
them
whole-
smell
You
proof.
messing up the whole concept. Yeah, but she messing up the whole concept because she don't even know what I'm putting in my boxes. That's what I'm talking about, the smell and go. But thank you, Yolanda.
No. But also thank you everyone who tuned in
Endowment.
tonight from Instagram, from Facebook, from YouTube, and also on Grown TV Network. We will be back here next Tuesday, same time, same place. And actually next Tuesday is the last show of the year. And y'all know at the top of the year, we're going to be live and direct from the Dope Duffle location, which will be January the 4th.
Let's get it. Let's
So
get it.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
exactly started off on big things, baby.
Driven on
Positive
energy.
Yeah.
That's Dope Duffle, ladies and gentlemen. And this Grown Man Conversations. And we
Are out.
are out.
It's a grown man in the building. I don't think you're ready. Come on. We riding on some grown man ears. We step into some grown man ears. Conversation on some grown man ears. Put your